Hello again. Welcome to your week 3 lecture. At least part of it. Before I start off on this lecture, I want you to take a breath. Take a deep breath. Breathe in. Breathe out. Do it again. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. The reason why we're breathing now is because you might have a slight freak out as you're working through our next major writing assignment. Because it's asking you to do something that you probably have never done before. Rather than deal with the fallout later, I figured I'd just address it now. If you watch this video, watch all the videos, because I'm going to break this up into sections so it's easier for you to digest. That way you can go back to specific sections and watch things over again if you need to. Again, breathe. Grab a notebook, grab some paper, open OneNote if you have to, or a Word document, because it'll make sure you take notes. So, to allow me the space to take my time, I am going to record this in parts, okay? This is the start of part 1, so we're going to be talking about rhetoric, like what is rhetoric, like defining what rhetoric is, and really breaking it down so that way we can really build this lecture out and build this discussion out so that way you're as fully prepared as possible to do your next assignment. Alright, everybody good? Are you good? Alright, let's begin. So, rhetoric. Probably the only time you've heard of the word rhetoric is the concept of the rhetorical appeal. But rhetoric is actually a lot more than that. Rhetoric started. First, it started in ancient Syria, 2000 BC, with a woman named Rhetoric. Then it kind of mellowed out. And then the Greek philosophers and Greek culture brought it back because they had a written and codified language. Prior to this written and codified language, here's what would happen. If say somebody took my Sonic right here. Yes, I have a Sonic the Hedgehog in my office, don't judge me. Say if somebody took this Sonic right here and just took it. There was no trial. There was no arraignment. There was no innocent until proven guilty. You took my Sonic, I'ma kill you. That was it. You know, you took my lot monster. You're getting a lot of attention in these videos lately. Like, you took my lot monster. He was cute. There was no, okay, well, I'm not going to press charges. No, they're just going to kill you. So they literally, when Greek was became a codified readable language, what they did was that they put the laws in a big old circle in the middle of the city. So now you knew the law, you also knew the punishment of it, and everyone knew what was going on. So now that we had codified laws, there could be a legal process for people to, sue. And that's where the rhetoricians came in. So I want you to think about this as Judge Judy. They didn't have TV back then. They didn't have all this stuff. So their entertainment was going to these trials and watching the rhetoricians literally get up and argue for people. And it really wasn't, it got to the point that it wasn't about innocence and guilt. It was about who put on the best performance. So this person could be stone guilty, but they had a good lawyer. And they would just get up and they would just say the right words and pull on everybody's heartstrings. And the next thing you know, this person walking free, even though they stole my lot. Don't get any ideas. Don't steal my lot. So, when the Romans took over the Greeks, the Romans were like, we like this. We like this whole rhetoric thing. We're going to use it to spread our culture around the Roman Empire. And it's copyable. Then bing, bang, boom, other developments, here we are. So The core of rhetoric is persuasion. All right, let me not jump ahead of myself. That was your brief history of rhetoric. All right, so let's talk about what is rhetoric. So according to the Oxford Dictionaries Online, rhetoric is the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing, especially the use of figures of speech and other compositional techniques. Now, we're broadening our definition of composition here, not just be the written text, but also visual text, anything that's audio. It pretty much, it's the art of effective or persuasive speaking or writing or communicating. So why are we talking about this? Like, why is this a thing? 3 words. Rhetoric is everywhere. Everything around you is vying for your attention. Like, from random ads to that pop up to social media, to even presidential speeches, presidential ads. Everything wants your attention and has to persuade you so you can get it. Rhetoric involves an understanding of the choices. If you don't remember anything else from this lecture, rhetoric involves an understanding of the choices a person or publication makes and the intended and unintended effects of those choices. If you don't remember anything else from these lectures, rhetoric is about choices and effects. I mean, let's think about it like this. Rather than having you just like look at this on your own and be like, oh, well, I'm gonna figure this out. I chose to let's do this video. Let's do these videos in parts. That is actually a rhetorical choice. Why am I making this choice? I'm making this choice so that way you are able to get a deeper understanding of the information by having someone guide you through it in a way, in a mode that could be rewound, that you can listen to just the audio, you can rewind it, you can fast forward it, you can skip, you can do all these things to make sure that you're able to get this information correctly. Now we're going to talk about the rhetorical appeals in the next video. But everything is vying for your attention. I mean, we talk about algorithms. Okay, algorithms, the advertising algorithms. Actually, listen to an episode of 60 Minutes about this. The algorithm that are used through cookies creates the advertisements that are fed to you. And it is designed to get your attention to buy that product because at some point you were looking at something involving that topic, you Googled that topic, you might have talked about the topic, I don't know, these folks might be listening to us, you never know. But it is a rhetorical move designed to get you to do something. I mean, political commercials are, man, they are the creme de la creme of this concept. Because they will use buzzwords, they will use the tone of voice, they will use backgrounds, they'll have the person doing stuff, or they have the person talking, but they might be standing in the forest, they might be standing with workers, they might be with their wife, might be with their spouse and their children. They might be, it could be, this person is bad for America because they help China. China hates America. And that exact voice. All those things are designed to get your attention to ultimately get you to do what the ad is asking you to do. Everything's intentional. So this is why because you need rhetoric to be able to communicate an argument especially, but communicate effectively. Which is why we're taking time to discuss it. So this is where we are going. So we're going to be learning in these next videos the types of rhetorical appeals, logical fallacies, and how rhetorical analysis works. All right? So go ahead, stretch, get some water, get some paper, think about your life choices if you decide to, and we're going to come back and do part 2, which is the types of rhetorical appeals.